Good evening, how y'all doing? Just sitting out back, working on my mental health, smoking a cigar, drinking a little bourbon, reflecting on my last, couple of years. Um, and I actually just garnered more attention for my weight loss journey, I think, than I have in a while. Um, so it got me thinking that I needed to post something about it and talk a little bit about it and where I came from, and where I am now. Um, so obviously I was in the military. I was a U.S. Army soldier in the infantry from 2000 till 2008. Got out. I suffered some injuries along the way, as everyone does. Um, but they ended up eventually plaguing me to the point where I wasn't performing at a high level. Um, Found out I had a fracture in my T7 T8 compound fracture, compression fracture. Sorry. Had to have surgery. I have a bilateral pars defect, which is two fractures in the same vertebrae. My lower back can't get treated because I got degenerative disc disease. A couple other things going on. And in June 2018, I found all this out. I was getting ready to have a baby, and when I was going in for surgery on the compression fracture, um, they wouldn't put me to sleep. They said that because I had sleep apnea, I was almost 400 pounds. That they felt if they did put me to sleep, that I wouldn't wake up. So I went through that surgery on local anesthetics. It wasn't the most pleasant thing in the world, but we made it through. Um, but what really started getting me to the next couple days after the surgery was I was getting ready to have a baby. I was, at the time, we already had three. This would be our fourth. Now we have five. But this baby girl, and thought to myself, I'm never going to get to walk my baby down the aisle. I mean, they can't even put me to sleep for a surgery. How am I going to make it 20 years to live, a life that's worthy of a daughter and be with her through everything, through graduation, through college, and then ultimately, eventually to marriage. And it hit me. Something's got to change. And consequently, at the same time, I had a buddy, Tim Mullins. I need to say his name more often because he really did. He reached out and he saved my life. He called me up one day and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "I'm just checking on you. I just want to talk to you. I feel like everything's not right. Are you doing okay? Are you feeling okay? And we start talking, and he's like, I just want to help you. I want to get you on the right track. Mentally, physically, we got to fix what's going on in your world." And he started talking, and he started saying stuff that resonated with me, that made me want to refocus some of my efforts. And it started with, hey man, these are easy steps. These are things that everybody can do. We can change your diet. We can get you into this program. I'll be there with you. And that was it. He said to me, I will be there with you. And I'd been out for a while, been out of the military for a while, been away from the world where people, outside of your family were there for you, and they really genuinely cared, and he reached out to me, and he cared, and he was legit honest. I'm gonna be there for you, just let me know what I need to do. And that's all it was. I just wanted him to be there, so we started talking about different programs, different ways to get my body back on track. And he started outlining some programs, some ways for me to lose weight. I was 400 pounds. I was gonna die. I was on the brink. It was hard to move. It was hard to do anything. It was hard to play with my kids. I'd get home from work, and all I wanted to do was sit on the couch. My back hurt, my knees hurt, my everything hurt. There's always an excuse. And I started realizing those excuses to not work out, to not better myself. That my back hurt, my knees hurt, kids were getting to me. Those were all excuses that I should have been finding to better myself. What am I doing? My back hurts, my knees hurt. I can't play with my kids. They're the fact that I can't do that's why they're the way they are, that they're not reacting the way they should with me, and that we have we're having issues. And instead of using those as excuses not to work out, I started using those as excuses to work out. My back hurts, my knees hurt, I need to spend more time with my kids and my family. I need to be a better husband. I gotta do chores. What am I doing? I'm going to work, and I'm coming home, and I'm laying on the couch, and I'm letting my wife do all this stuff. So I need to step up. So I started using those as excuses to work out, to get better, and I started to look at my whole lifestyle and said, hey, there are a lot of things I need to change. Number one, I need to change how I'm consuming food. I was eating food, whatever I want, whenever I wanted. Didn't matter. I didn't care about calories. I didn't care about content. I didn't care about sugar. I didn't care about carbs. None of that stuff. And ultimately, as a big person, I kill you. So I took a step back and I started looking at it. And I said, hey, what are the things I can cut out? So ultimately, carbs are the number one in me. They turn to sugar. They react to your body in a bad way. Sugars are bad. So I said, these are things I'm going to cut out. Cut out carbs. I'm going to cut out sugars. I'm going to start just looking at this as a way I would look at a battle plan. How am I going to attack this enemy? Okay, this is my enemy. This is situation, mission, execution, so on and so forth. You laid out a 5-paragraph op order on how I'm going to beat fat and get myself to a better position. So I started doing the paleo whole foods type thing, mixing it in, doing about 80-20%, 80% eating perfect, 20% eating not so good, because it's got to be sustainable. It's got to be something you're going to do forever. So that's what I did. And then on top of that, I was like, I got broken back. I got bad knees. I got bad feet. I'm getting shots in my feet still to this day, cortisone shots. My knees are jacked. I've got arthritis in my knees. I've got degenerative discs. I've got fractured vertebrae. What can I do? So I actually went and bought a recumbent bike, Marcy's recumbent bike, off of Amazon for like $300. I sat it in the middle of my living room whenever I was watching sports. If football was on, if MMA was on, I would sit there and I would ride my bike while it was going on. You know, a 3-hour football game, I'd ride a couple miles. MMA event, you know, they go on from, 6 in the afternoon till, 1 in the morning. I'd ride my bike. I started dropping weight like crazy with the diet, with the exercise. And ultimately I was 115 pounds. And then I said, I feel good, but this isn't who I am. This isn't what I want. I want to be strong. I want to be where I was. I want to feel like I felt when I was younger. So ultimately I said, I want to start pushing weight. I want to start lifting heavy. And it was a culmination of luck in the way the world works. I'd actually just bought a weightlifting rack pre-COVID, and all the gyms shut down. And I was like, man, I can't work out. I can't better my life. I can't do what I wanted to do. And I was like, wait a minute. I got a rack downstairs. I just got to put it together. My buddy Chris Veal, shout out to him. I moved his house, and when we were moving his house, he actually gave me weights for helping him move. He couldn't have them in his condo, so he gave me some weights, and I started using them. I put the rack together, started lifting weights. When I started out, I was, again, had back issues. I had a lot of problems, and I wanted to work those out before I got really heavy. So I started easing myself into it and started easing into what I can do. And I realized, hey man, you're doing it. You're killing it. There's only one thing in your way, and that's you. You've got 1,000 excuses on why you can't do this. You got to get rid of them. Did it before. Got rid of those excuses why you can't. You got to get to the excuse why you can and why you need to do it. And I started removing those roadblocks mentally in my mind and saying, I can do this, I can do that. I started pushing weight. I started working my way up. And, there were times it was ugly. Everything doesn't look how you want to look. You're watching guys and they're pushing way more weight. You're on YouTube and there are girls pushing way more weight than you. And that's perfectly fine. You're going to have that. There's going to be people who've been doing this their entire lives, and they're going to be way better at this than you are. You're not to fight against them. You're not battling against them. You're battling against you. You're battling against your body. It's a singular fight that you're in, and you have to deal with it. And I started doing that. I started looking at it as it's my fight. It's a fight I'm facing against an enemy that I'm trying to beat. I'm trying to beat this weight. I'm trying to beat not being who I want to be. And I started pushing, and I started lifting, and I started doing what I can, and now it's mediocre. I'm doing okay. I'm squatting 500 pounds. I'm deadlifting 500 pounds. I've got a pretty decent shoulder press. Really can't push the bench press yet. I want to start working on it more with the back issues. That's actually the hardest thing I do. So I've been working on my push-ups. I've been working on doing some other chest exercise, accessory type stuff to help build that. But I'm getting it. I'm getting it every day, and I want people to get it with me. It's not easy. It's a struggle every day, and you got to find out and push yourself where dedication and motivation intersect, and where motivation falls off and dedication's got to take over. Motivation is pushing yourself to go to the gym every day, doing this and reaching out to people and finding those sources. Dedication is getting in the gym and doing it when you don't want to. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't feel like pushing. But you do. You get in there and you push and you grind, and it sucks and you didn't want to be there in the first place. But you leave drenched in sweat, feeling better than you've ever felt, because you didn't want to be there. You didn't want to do it, but you conquered it. You took that workout that was your enemy and you defeated it. You've got to come up with these plans. You've got to come up with these goals, and you've got to establish what you want to do. You got to start beating them. You beat them every day. You make small goals that are achievable, and you take them in steps, and you take them in strides, and you do it every single day in and day out. You don't give up. You don't give up. You just never give up. You never walk away, and you push every single day. And that's what I did. That's what I'm doing now. I'm not there. I'm not at the pinnacle. I'm not at the ultimate hiatus where I can take a stop. I'm pushing, I'm striving. I want to get better every day. I'm looking for people out here now who are doing the same thing, man. I'm trying to find like-minded individuals to push me, to make me better. I'm looking to make people better. Let's get this. Let's get it done. Let's do something every day. Let's get at it.